What's up, guys? Tommy here. All right, so today we are going to cover fat loss versus weight loss. So weight loss is losing just overall weight, right? You're 200 pounds, now you're like 2 or 150, something like that, right? Fat loss is when you just try to lose just your body fat, right? So, or you try to preserve as much lean mass as possible, right? Now, if you ask me which one is better than the other, I really think it depends on where you are at in your fitness journey, and what your preference is. For me, I just want to lose body fat. I am not interested in weight loss. So if I stay at 200 pounds for the rest of my life, but I'm at 200 pounds at like 6% body fat, bang, boom, love it, right? But some people might be like, I don't want to be 200 pounds. I don't care whether it's lean mass or fat mass. I want to lose weight. All right. So first, I'm going to hit weight loss because weight loss is super easy. Caloric deficit, for sure. You need that. And then you can kind of go on a diet that's really restrictive for a very short period of time. Okay. And that will get you your weight loss. Because if you notice, like, if you ever been to one of those, like, weight loss shows or weight loss clinic or any of that, they usually have you eating like a freaking bird, all right, and you lose a bunch of weight. So honestly, that's the way to do it. The downside to that is that one, it's very tough, and two, it's not sustainable. So it's going to be one of those things where you lose a lot of weight, and then you have to figure out how to maintain your weight loss. It is not easy to do. I do not recommend it. But that is, again, my opinion, if you want. But I also don't want to stop people from doing what they want to do, what they feel is best for them. Now, fat loss. Okay. Now, fat loss, like I said before, you could weigh the same, right, throughout your weight loss or fat loss journey, but the percentage of your body fat changes, right? So I'm going to use myself as an example because I'm a prime example of, like, fat loss. I have weighed the exact same since I started my fat loss journey in March, right? I haven't made that many changes to my caloric intake either. I've played with my carbs a tad bit, and I definitely changed the way I train. So, of course, in March we lost the gyms. I was working out at home. I had to do a lot of push-ups and sit-ups and stuff I don't really enjoy. And then as soon as I found a gym that was open, I started going to that. So what I realized in my first 3 weeks of going to the gym was that my body started to change rapidly because I was, first of all, doing training that I enjoy. And second of all, I was starting to rebuild my muscle. So I had lost 7 pounds of lean mass, not being able to go to the gym and not being able to, I couldn't even get my testosterone, all right? So I'll put that out there. Fast forward to today, I started my journey at 204 pounds. The last time I had checked my body fat in the gym, it was in the teens. So I was like 16, 17, all right? Then today I'm at 202 pounds, not a big deal in weight, right? But the last time I had my girlfriend check my body fat through the calipers, it got to around 8.3%. I know that I'm not at 8.3%. I can visibly see that I'm not. I know that. So I'm going to add another 2% to that. So we'll say I'm like at 12%. I know that because I see my abs at 8%, not at 10%. So at 10%, I got flat stomach. At 8%, I'm starting to see the lines in my abs. I'm one of those guys that have to be at some stupid amount of body fat for my abs to come through. That is just the beyond the end all. I accept that. That's okay. I got big biceps. Not a big deal. All right. So, fat loss. Build muscle, all right, is one of the first things you have to do to build muscle, all right? And fat loss. That is primary key. So, you must weight train and you must eat protein, okay, for fat loss. Next, you're going to burn calories through the thermogenic effect of food. So if I eat 2,000 calories a day, right, I'm going to burn about 200 calories just by eating and digestion and stuff like that. On top of that, once again, the main things I should be eating when I'm on a fat loss diet is protein and fiber. because your body has to break those things down. It works a little harder to break those two things down. So you're burning calories actually by eating food. Okay? The cool thing about protein, it helps to do what? Rebuild muscle, right? So the more muscle that I have on my body that I put on, all right, that's going to be more calories that I'm burning. All right, cool. So we got building muscle and we have the thermogenic of food. Now, physical activity. Okay, it is not the same as exercise. Exercise is planned. It happens at a certain time of day. You have certain goals. Physical activity is not planned, all right, normally. And there's no goal per se in the physical activity. Physical activity could include, but not limited to, going for a stroll, cleaning your house, washing the dishes, getting the car tire changed or whatever. It's just doing stuff where you're not seated and you're not sitting on your butt, all right? So go do stuff, all right? Anything, just go do it. But it's included, all right, in your physical activity, not in your exercise. All right, and the last but not least is high intensity interval training. That actually helps speed up the metabolism and that aids in fat loss. Here are the things you have to be careful for or careful with. If you are someone like myself that does heavy weight training, right, you're constantly using those type 2 muscle fibers. The same muscle fibers that you use for your weight training are about the same ones you use for high intensity interval training if you are doing it correctly. So you have to be careful the way you program your exercise as to A, not overtrain, and B, not injure yourself, right? 2, interval training and high intensity interval training are two different things, all right? So interval training is I work for 30 seconds and then I'm like done. High intensity interval training is like I'm going out for about 10, 15 seconds. I'm going all out. You have to get to a certain fitness level to get there. So a lot of the times you'll hear like high intensity interval training workout, yada, 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 and it's not what it is. Not by scientific definition. Will it work? Will you lose body fat doing it? Of course. But I want to, once again, this is for educational purposes and for you to be aware of what is going on. All right? So there you go. Eat your protein, lift weights, work out intensely with some high intensity interval training, and do stuff. And boom, fat loss. All within the spectrum of what? A caloric deficit. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, this would be the best time to ask and leave it in the comments below. Like the video if you found it informative. Leave me comments. I'd love to interact with you people. It is the highlight of my day, especially with this COVID-19 thing going on. All right. And the next video, I'm going to cover supplementation. Boom. See you later.